we're going to talk about with the oils is going to go in with what Christina has to say about her testing as well. So just to introduce myself, I'm Tina Moose. I'm from Gastonia, and I had the opportunity to meet our friend Leroy back in May?
August.
Oh, was it August? I was thinking it was done longer than that. At the health fair here in Shelby, he when I seen it, I thought, I wonder why he don't have oils in his shop. Well, come to find out, he does. But when I walked into his health fair, I'm gonna tell you, everybody there, especially him and his family and the people that work here at the store with him, was so welcoming to me. And to Jane. Jane's right here with me with doing the oils and everything that we do. And I just want to commend you and say thank you very much for allowing us to come in, both there and opening your place up here when under competition. So with that, some of you I've already used the roller balls on. I'm going to ask Jane to do the left hand with rose, and the right hand with, it's a blend that we have, it's called Hope. The rose is going to relax you a little bit, and the Hope is just, for me, it's just that it gives us hope for what we can be or how we can feel better. So that's two of my most favorite oils. I'll probably say that throughout the whole thing because any one of the oils are my favorite at any given time. For whatever I need it for at the time is what I say is my favorite. So we've got some kids blends that are new that we'll be going over tonight as well. But let's see. Will you give me that one? Thank you. And I generally read off from the pamphlets, and that way I don't miss anything. And I'm sure to share with you whatever it's intended for us to hear. Through all the classes, I always say, you get what you need to get, you know. So I am with doTERRA essential oils. They are pure, certified pure therapeutic grade. I was just at convention last week, and I was told that doTERRA is the gold standard of essential oils. If it's in this bottle, it's the best quality that can be put in. One of the doctors, one of the owners, said that if you ever come to convention or you don't ever see my name on any of the pamphlets or literature, then you'll know the quality has went down. He said, and he's very sincere about this. He said, because if the quality is not there, it will not go in the bottle. It will not come into the hands of the users. So, just to give you a little bit of history, I have been using the oils for about 4 years. I thought when I seen my sister using them and talking about them, and I said, what is she into now? So, to help her out, I started learning about them and looking at them, and the rest is history because my husband got vertigo right after I got it, and he also had gout, and we used the oils to help him get through those without having to go to the doctor and have medications. So I'm not saying don't go to the doctor, just like Christina says, you know, the doctors are there, they have a lot of knowledge, but if there's some things that we can do to help our body heal itself through the oils, then of course that's what we want to do. We don't have to put synthetics in, you know, that's more better for us. So with that, what are essential oils? They're naturally found in the seeds, the bark, the stems, the roots, the flowers, and the other parts of the plants. They're highly concentrated when distilled for purity, potency, and efficacy. Used for a wide range of emotional and physical wellness applications. You say, why doTERRA? Well, like I said, they're certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils. They're sourced from a global network of growers to ensure the most pure and efficacious of essential oils, rigorously tested for purity and potency, free from fillers or artificial ingredients, free of harmful contaminants. One thing I'll say right now is if you go to Amazon or somewhere on the internet and you buy doTERRA essential oils, beware that they may not be pure. They may not be, they can take the bottles, they can open them, they can put a filler in there, they can buy these caps, and they can seal them back up. So be careful where you buy, because we are only supposed to sell, or you're only supposed to be able to buy from a wellness advocate. So and we're not allowed to sell on the internet at all, which is important to me, you know, because I know when it comes from doTERRA, I know where it comes from, I know how it comes to us, a little bit about the purity. I was at a convention again last week, like I said, and they told us the way the oils come in. So, like our frankincense comes from Somaliland and Oman, is that right? So they not only protect the places that the roots or the stems or the flowers, wherever they harvest it from, not only do they protect it, but I mean, they do protect it so that it's here for your kids and their kids, you know, for generations to come. That's important. We're not going in and just robbing the forest and the trees. So what doTERRA does is they have a third party that tests. So the grower sends it to the ARPC, and they test it. If it meets their standards, then they pass it on to doTERRA, and doTERRA does their testing. And then if it passes theirs, then they send a purchase order back to the indigenous place that it was found at. It's not where they go and pick up a tree and they bring it back to the United States to a farm and grow their own. It's actually from where it started and where it's indigenous from. So then if all that passes, then they send a purchase order, and then the oil comes in, and then it's tested again to be sure, from beginning to end, to be sure that it's what it's supposed to be. That's important to me. If I'm going to take it and put it, well, some of these are ingestible. If I'm going to put it in my mouth and in my body, I want to make sure that it's what it's supposed to be. So with that, they are empowering solutions. They provide health-conscious individuals with a safe and natural alternative, have few, if any, undesirable side effects when used as directed. One drop is all that's needed to achieve a powerful benefit. So with these, less is more. You don't have to put, you know, open your hand. I don't want to do tongue, but just open the bottle, and you can put one drop. We don't have any in it, sorry.
My husband must have been using that.
Oh, I'm telling you. Let's do a Serenity. So it just takes a drop. No more. So you would use one drop maybe more times during the day, but not 15 drops at one time. The co-impact sourcing, we cultivate partnerships with artisans, small-scale growers, and distilleries. I heard stories, you know, that they were telling last week where a lady in Kenya was married. They had a nice little thing going with her and her husband. He got killed in a car wreck. She wasn't able to keep the family going. So the some of the other farmers or growers took advantage of her, and she worked and worked and worked and worked, and whenever she got to sell them the crop that she had, they offered her half of what she was supposed to get. So then they started taking advantage of her in other ways, you know. So that's not the doTERRA style. We give them a fair price, or doTERRA does not me, but they give them a fair price for their goods, for their crops. They, you know, help with water systems, they help with school systems that these countries would not be able to have, you know. So it's just a great relationship. And they get raises every year, just like we get raises on our job. They, you know, they increase their wages as well. So it establishes stable pricing with a trustworthy long-term buyer, empowers growers, families, and communities, and impoverished nations. So I'm going to ask Jane, she's going to go over what I call the cabinet makeover. You know, it's going to help you with things for like your headaches or sleeping, help you rest, things like that. So she's going to cover some of the oils for us.
Again, just like Tina said, thanks for having us here tonight. We're glad to come out and share our knowledge of oils with you. We don't know everything, but if you have a question and we can't answer it tonight, we'll certainly find an answer for you and let you know. And as Tina said, I'm going to go over what we call our 10 basic oils. They come in the, like, I think it's called Family Essentials Kit if you're interested in something like that. But we don't push kits, but we just want you to know that these are the 10 basic oils. We'll start, and I'm going to pass these around so you can smell them. Tina will hand them to you. I'm going to start with our frankincense. Frankincense is Jesus oil. It's good for everything. If you use an oil of any other kind, you can use a little frankincense after it, and that will drive that oil in and make it even more powerful. Frankincense is a wonderful oil. I was just listening to convention online today since I did not get to go. They had a panel of veterinarians, and one of the vets said if he could only choose one oil to have to use in his veterinary practice with animals, it would be frankincense. That it's the best thing going. Frankincense supports healthy cellular function. It promotes feelings of relaxation, and it improves skin imperfections. So it's just, and as I say, just a wonderful, wonderful oil.
It's also good for cancer.
Yeah.
Well,
So it's
you
excellent.
said that we did.
Yes, I want to say it. It's good for cancer.
It's good for us. Right. He said what we can't say.
Yes.
Instead of documentary, The Truth About Cancer.
Yes.
And it says a drop under your tongue.
That helps
Yeah.
with cancer. Yes.
Yes, there are a lot. I don't do it every day, and I should, but most days I will put a drop of frankincense under my tongue.
Yeah. I can keep frankincense in here.
Frankincense is one of our best-selling oils, I'm sure. The next one is lemon. And lemon cleans surfaces and promotes positive mood. That's always a good one to diffuse in your house. Helps to clean the air. You can use lemon and put it with water and clean your countertops.
Ooh.
It will take, it will leave your kitchen smelling good. You can always use it in your bathroom for cleaning your counters in your bathroom.
Clears up the cold.
Yes,
Yeah, it helps me
yes.
balance my immune system.
Yes, lemon is very good for that. Very good. Yes.
Can you use it to wash your body?
Well, I would think that you could. I wouldn't know why not.
It's a purifier.
It's a purifier, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Put it in a tub.
Put a drop in your tub,
Yeah, yeah.
in the tub. Yeah, there'd be no need. No reason
I can
not to
see
do
him
that.
now. We have some women at home.
Uh-oh. Not for long.
Feel good on that.
It's also good if you have a cough. It'll really break it up. You can
Yes,
rub
it
right
does.
on your lungs. And it'll
I've had a
break it
cough
up.
where, you just feel like something's stuck here. And I started looking for something to get rid of that. And it said to take a teaspoon of coconut oil, add 1 drop of lemon, and 1 drop of cinnamon. And take that, and it does work. I tried it. I tried
It'll
it.
work fast. My son used to have this seal cough, and after a few minutes, it just
Yeah. I make a cough syrup that has,
Oh man.
it's made with raw honey and like 8 drops of 6 different oils. Now it kind of, takes your breath away, but it works for a cough. It really does. The one we're passing around now is lavender. Everybody loves lavender. I guess probably 90% of the people that you talk to that use oils or know anything about them, they know about lavender, or you'll say, what's your favorite? Is lavender. So lavender soothes occasional skin irritations. If you get a scratch or a cut or something like that, as long as it's not a deep something, lavender will help to ease that. I got some fire ant bites on my foot the other day, and it was burning like fire, and I put straight lavender and melaleuca on it, and it stopped just like that. Did not burn or itch anymore. So if I get an itch like that, I always use lavender. Lavender also promotes peaceful sleep. It's a really good oil to diffuse at night, especially for children that have trouble sleeping. Lavender is very good to use in your diffuser. It eases feelings of tension and anxiousness, which would, of course, aid for your sleeping. So lavender is always a really good one. Lavender would be another good one to put in your bath at night to help you rest. For a young child that always bathes at night, that lavender smell in their bath would always be very good.
Another thing you can do with the lavender is you can also use frankincense. Because frankincense is the driver of anything that you're going to use, so it's going to drive it into your body more so than what maybe just the one oil by itself would do.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay, I have a dog who's she's 14 years old, and she's very frustrated. I did fall asleep till 4:30 last night with her.
Right.
So, and I have that lavender oil. Can I put that like in coconut oil on her coat, or would that be too?
You can put that directly on her coat. These vets that we're talking, it was a panel of like 5 or 6 vets. They said the only oil that you have to be even careful with around your pets, and that's mainly cats, is melaleuca. And I have heard people say you cannot use melaleuca with cats. They did not say that. They said if you're going to diffuse melaleuca and you have a cat, only use 1 or 2 drops, not 4 or 5. Like, you know, I usually put 4 or 5 drops in my diffuser. Use 1 or 2. But they said, you know, they did not say anything necessarily about diluting it. They were using it. And they said you could either put it on your hands and stroke your pet, stroke it with the fur and then opposite the fur so that it kind of sinks in, or put it on the pads of their feet. And then if they lick it, it's not a big deal because it's not going to hurt them anyway, and they're going to get it even more into their system.
And another thing, just another thing to do that was told to me also is to maybe have the oil in your hand and let the pet smell it. And then, you know, I mean, don't like snuff it up its nose, but let the animal pet smell of it and see how the reaction is. And then you're going to know if it likes it or not. They're either going to turn away or they're going to dig right into it. Just a suggestion.
And if they like it, it's even, you know, more of a sign that they need it. Yeah.
So if I'm relaxed, she's not.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, our next basic oil is the melaleuca. That is tea tree oil, is what a lot of people know melaleuca as. Melaleuca is cleansing and rejuvenating effect for the skin. It promotes healthy immune function, protects against environmental and seasonal threats. There again, melaleuca is more of an antiseptic, and so it cleans. So if you get a scratch, a bite, put some melaleuca on it, and it will help with that. Melaleuca does, to me, the way it smells, I'm not real crazy about the smell, but I don't totally dislike it. But I really like the benefits of it. It's great benefits. Great benefits.
If you have a bite, you can also use the melaleuca and the lavender together. The lavender is going to calm it, and the melaleuca is a healer.
More heals.
Helps your body to heal itself. It does not heal your body, but it helps your body to heal itself.
That's just like I said when I got the fire ant bite. I put melaleuca on it first to calm it down, and I put lavender on it to calm it down, and then I put the melaleuca to kind of heal it. And I don't know which one worked, but together they stopped the burn. And I've never had the problem with fire ants before, but it was terrible. It really hurt. Really hurt. Okay, our next one is oregano, and oregano is our antibiotic. Oregano is a potent, cleansing, purifying antioxidant. It supports a healthy immune system, healthy digestion, and respiratory function.
Okay, let me stop there. Don't pull this one straight up to your nose.
Yeah, because it's a hot oil.
It's a hot oil.
It'll
It's
burn.
not gonna burn you smelling of it, but it's what we consider a hot oil, and you could have some skin sensitivity for all of us.
Yes.
Especially for the kids, don't just, you can probably.
And Tina uses her oregano when she cooks spaghetti sauce or something. She puts 1 drop. Just 1 drop is all you need because it's very potent. It's very potent. But if we have lots of roller balls, we have one that's called Flume. It's a flu bomb. And oregano is one of the oils that we use in that to help combat seasonal threats.
A friend that had a problem with an abscess, and she bought the oregano, well, not that one in Georgia then, and she rubbed it on her gum, and it took it
Wow.
abscess out.
Wow.
Probably never came back.
No, probably not, because it would have burned it out. It certainly would have. Yes.
It's
Yes.
just strong. It's strong.
Okay, our next oil that everybody knows about is peppermint. Peppermint's wonderful. We love peppermint. It promotes healthy respiratory function. It promotes clear breathing and promotes digestive health. So, you know, if your stomach's a little bit upset, you can sniff some peppermint. If you get a little nauseous, you can sniff some peppermint. It will help with that. Yes.
Is it any kind of peppermint?
No, it's peppermint oil. Peppermint oil, that. It's also good if you have a headache. You can rub a little bit of peppermint oil on your temples and the brainstem back of your neck. If you do that with peppermint oil undiluted, make sure you put it back at your hairline. Don't get it close to your eyes.
Yes.
Because the fumes will burn your eyes. But if you do get it a little too close, just close your eyes for a little while. It'll die down, but it will. It will. But I do mine. I have a roller ball that I have mixed with peppermint and lavender and frankincense. I carry it in my purse everywhere I go. And I put a little bit on my temples, the back of my neck. Love it. And I use that a lot of times if I'm somewhere and I get a bite or an itchy spot, I just pull that out and use it. It's got the 3 greatest oils that I can think of in it. So I use it for everything.
It's also good for hot flashes.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is very good for hot flashes. You can mix peppermint. There you go. You can mix it with water in a spray bottle, and you can spray. If you're outside, you can spray yourself, or you can just make a roller bottle of it and throw it on the back of your neck. Peppermint's very good for that.
Good for your liver too.
Yeah.
Yes.
The spray bottles that Leroy sells in here, when I first started with doTERRA, I had heard for kids playing sports, or if you're working outside in the yard, doing whatever you may be doing, that you can spray it on the back of your neck, and it's an immediate cooling sensation for you. So I walked up on my granddaughter. She plays softball, and we walked up, and there was a little girl. She was overheated, you know, and I'm like, do I ask her? Because I was brand new, and you know, you don't know. Do you approach a child? How you do it? So I said, okay. So I asked her mom, I said, do you mind if I spritz her neck a little bit with a peppermint water? And she said, no, I don't mind at all if it'll help her. So I spritzed her neck, and the little girl was back out playing in just a couple of innings. So it had helped her. Well, when I did her, of course, all the other girls wanted to test it too. So that was a good thing. I was glad to do it. But, so that's another way. If you're working out in the yard, if the kids are in sports activities or whatever, then it's great for those as well.
Or if you're a mother in the stands, or a grandmother
Yes,
in the
that's
stands,
right.
sitting still in the stands, it's great. Okay, our next oil is one of my favorites. It's Breathe. I diffuse Breathe in my bedroom every single night. My husband says, why is the diffuser not on? You know, we just do better with Breathe. I wear CPAP because I have severe sleep apnea, but I will take a little cotton pad and put Breathe on it and put it near the intake of my CPAP machine so that I can get some of the benefits of it, because with the CPAP machine I don't get much of the benefit in the air, but if I put it near the intake I do. Breathe helps maintain respiratory function and promotes restful sleep. And those two go hand in hand. If you're breathing well, then you will rest. If your head's all stopped up and you can't breathe well, you're not going to sleep. So that goes hand in hand. So Breathe is always a very good one. Our next one is Deep Blue. and this is my husband's favorite. Now we make that in a rub in a tube, and I put it on my husband's back every morning of his life. But Deep Blue soothes occasional aches and pains, and it soothes pre and post exercise workout. So if you're going to the gym or you're going to walk and you know that your knee is going to be hurting when you come back, before you go walk, rub some Deep Blue on your knee, go do your walk. When you come back and after you get your shower or whatever, rub some more Deep Blue on your knee. Chances are it won't hurt. So, but Deep Blue is really good. Let's see. Okay, I'll leave that one.
The Deep Blue comes in an oil, and I didn't bring the tube tonight, but it also comes in a Deep Blue rub. It's similar to what you would get at the chiropractor's office, the BioFreeze, or you can buy one over the counter. I can't remember, Icy Hot. So it's similar to, that's the sensation that you'll get either from the Deep Blue oil or from a Deep Blue rub.
It's better though because it does work.
Yes,
Gets
it does.
deep into it and it's authentic. That's why.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
And they're all natural ingredients. There's none that has something that's gonna hurt you.
And you can't, you can use them multiple times. It's not like, oh, well, I've used that 2 hours ago. I got to wait 2 more hours before I use it. No, you don't. You use it now.
Consistency
If
and
you need it
persistence.
2 hours from now, if you're still hurting, you can use it again. So,
You're not gonna overdose on it.
no. Our next one is Digestion. I really do not like the way Digestion smells, but I do like the results.
It
of
works.
Digestion.
It works.
If
It
you
really,
have
really
a bit
works.
of an upset stomach, you put this on your stomach right here and you rub it in. Your stomach will settle down. If you have, now I have severe acid reflux, and I think that's related to my sleep apnea too. But if I just feel not, even though I take my acid reflux medication, which I do, I still sometimes have a feeling right here that, it's all right here. And I will take my Digestion and rub it here, and it sort of helps clear things out. It's really good.
And it is safe for animals.
Yes, it is. If your dog or your cat has an upset stomach, you can rub it on their belly or you can rub it on their paws. And they say it does help. I have neither, so I can't answer whether it actually does or not. Yes, dear.
Why do you rub it on the paws?
Well, just like you and me, the largest cells in your body are on the bottoms of your feet. So when you put the oils on the bottoms of your feet, it's absorbed into your bloodstream and your system and all of your systems quicker than even if you breathe it. So you remember that on the bottoms of your feet has the largest cells of anywhere in your body.
If you put peppermint on your feet, after a while you can be able to taste it.
You will taste it. That's right. You will. Digestion supports healthy digestion, soothes occasional stomach upset, reduces bloating, gas, and occasional indigestion. And it really does work. It really does. It's good. It's really good. And our final oil in the top 10.
Oh, yes.
My favorite oil in the whole wide world. Now, lots of people
I know what
like
it
the
is.
single oils, but this is my favorite in the whole wide world. It's called On Guard.
Yes.
On Guard supports a healthy immune system and a healthy respiratory function. They make an On Guard toothpaste, which is the best toothpaste in the world. It is wonderful, wonderful, and it just makes your mouth feel so clean. You only use about that much. It doesn't foam up like a over-the-counter toothpaste does, but your mouth feels really clean. It says it's a whitening toothpaste. My dentist says that my teeth are not whiter, but she don't know. I think my teeth are whiter. And so that's all that matters. If I think they're whiter, they're whiter. But it is just really good. And I always had to use sensitive toothpaste for sensitive teeth. And I was a little leery of trying this. But it's all we use, and it's all we've used for 2 years, and I don't have a problem. How much is a toothpaste? I'm not sure.
It's 8.
$8.50, I think you're right, right. And this
That's
year,
what I was gonna say.
yeah, this year in our convention kit this year, they have come out with a mouthwash. It is wonderful. I've been using it since Tuesday. I started using it Wednesday, so I love it. It's really, really good. It's real clovey and cinnamony. So it's a little bit hot, but it is really, really good. But there's
We
a
can open that and anybody's welcome to try it. We have some cups.
there's a whole line of the On Guard products. They make a foaming hand soap, which is great. They make an all-purpose cleanser,
Hand spray,
a hand sanitizer in a little spray bottle that has some coconut oil in it. So when you use it on your hands, rather than these store-bought ones that have a lot of alcohol in them and dry your hands, it moisturizes your hands. So it is better for your hands. And it's I think it's like $6.50 or something like that. It's fairly cheap.
I wanna share this.
So many times, one of my sisters, she's an EC teacher, and she burns that on board.
Oh yeah,
She diffuses it.
right.
And not only does it, there's about 6, it just calms everything down.
That's right.
It's,
Well, it's a blend, so it has a lot of different oils in it. So, it would affect kids. Yeah, it's great. It cleans the air. On Guard and Breathe are the two that I put in my diffuser at night. I diffuse On Guard and Breathe. And in addition to that, my husband has one of these little mouse diffusers on his desk at work in his office. This plugs into his computer. When he turns his computer on, this diffuser comes on and it diffuses Breathe and On Guard all day, every day. So, we're, my husband was, and Tina's too. When we first started using these, and my husband still calls them snake oils. But he'll say, if he gets a scrape or something like that, he came in yesterday and he had a little starting of a little pimple right here. What do I need to put on this? What you got to put on this? So, we started putting lavender and melaleuca on it. So it's pretty much cleared up. And so, he's a believer. And he had a girl that worked for him that was having some headaches. And he said, can you make so-and-so a headache roller ball? I want to give that to her so she has no excuse. So I made a headache roller ball for her, that kind of thing. So he is helping us sort of promote this. And as you use them, the more you use them, the more you believe in them. Any questions about anything that we've gone over here or any of the other oils?
Talk about that new children's.
The new kit. Oh.
Yes.
You want to do that?
And how many drops do you have to put in the diffuser, like, if you're gonna use this at night? How many drops?
Well, it just depends on how much you like it.
I
I usually
Probably
put
to start out with,
Yeah.
I'd start out, if you're gonna
With the
use
cup.
one, I would probably put 2 or 3, maybe 4. If you're gonna start out with more than one oil, I would put a couple of each one. Cause like I said, less is more, and then your body builds up to it. Cause now I'll pick my bottle up and I'll just shake it
I don't
in there,
even
cause I've used them.
I look at it and see what the color of the water looks like, and I go with it. So, this is our convention kit this is the new oil. Each year when we have convention in September, they come out with new oils, new blends, new things. The big thing this year is what they call the children's oils. This is a whole line of oils for the kids. And it has little cards here, and they're roller balls, so they are a perfect mixture of coconut oil and the other oil blends, so that they're safe for the children, and they can use them themselves, and you don't have to be standing right over them to know what they're using. And they have the little cards, one card that goes with each one that tells them when to use it and how to use it. For example, which one you got? Thinker.
By your card.
This one's called Thinker Focus Blend. And it says, when it's time to get creative and focus, roll Thinker onto the back of your neck to support your mind and enhance learning. So it would be perfect for your child to use in the morning when they're ready to go to school, so they can focus on their schoolwork. There's one called Calmer, and it's made with a lot of lavender and serenity.
A lot of the kids blends that Jane's gonna talk about is also in the adult version. These are just, they're maybe more mellow, but they're gonna do the same thing as the adult version. And the kids version is still safe and wonderful for you as an adult to use as well.
Exactly. The calmer is, when it's bedtime, roll calm on the bottoms of your feet and onto your wrists. Climb into bed and take a deep breath and let your mind rest. So, and that has a lot of lavender, serenity, and those kinds of things in it. So it helps your child rest. Just like the lavender that we passed around and said, you know, lavender will always sleep. So this is, and the kids like this because it's their own little pack. My granddaughter's 15 and she's already taken one. Went home with her last night. And she took it next door to her great-grandmother's this morning to tell her all about it. So she's already using it and she's 15 years old. But she is a user of oils and she likes the idea of having a set of oils that are for her so that she can use them. And those will be for sale. That kit will be for sale, what, 1st of October?
October 1st.
As a kit. And then I think as you use the oils, because some of you use more than others, I think you'll be able to buy the roller balls individually.
I would think so.
I think so, but I'm not sure about that. But it comes with the little pack, the 6 oils, is it 6 or 7 or 8, 6 oils, and the little cards to show them how to use it. And they're very easy to read so that the children can read them and go from there.
And how much is that one?
That one, wholesale is $95.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and say that, like James said, and I talked to Leroy too, you know, a lot of people that sell the oils may push you to buy kits, you know, to buy the big kits. I tell you, you know, if you're interested in getting a wholesale price, and that's $95 is the wholesale price, you can save 25%, which is the $95. If you join with a wholesale membership, the wholesale membership is $35. It's like going to Sam's. You can buy for a year at the wholesale prices, you know. If you choose to buy a kit, then I'm more than happy to help you with that too. But buy what you want, how you want it, when you want it. You don't have to buy every month. It's of your choice, you know. Do they work? Absolutely. Leroy can attest to that. And again, I'm so appreciative of just you letting us come and share and be a part of your community. So there's other oils up here. I've got most all of them in the box here. We have some new oils. There's even a new deodorant that they've come out with that has no aluminum in it, especially for snow. And we're very
And it has the
cognizant of
balanced
that.
oil in it. Smells really good.
So what all comes with the kit?
There's various kits. If you are interested in the 10 oils that Jane covered tonight, there's 2 sizes in it. One is all in 5 milliliter bottles, and one comes with 1 5 milliliter of the deep blue, and the rest is in 10 milliliter bottle. I mean, 20 milliliter bottles, sorry. 15 milliliter bottles have 250 drops in it. The 5 has 85. You know, either one of them is a great value. It's totally up to you what you want to do with it. I'll be glad to talk to everybody one-on-one to see what you're interested in.
I would do the 35 and just get anything you want. That's what also a lot of people do. Just get the 35, you're in, get the wholesale, and just go that
You get a
route.
percentage off every time.
Yes.
Yes, yes. You get the wholesale price. Once you pay your membership for $35 for 1 year, you buy what you want when you want it at the wholesale price. At the end of the first year, they will automatically sign you back up unless you tell them not to. They'll charge you $25 from then on, but they send you a bottle of peppermint oil, and peppermint oil is $21. So you're actually getting your re-up for $4. But you know, it depends on how much you think you're going to use the oils. You know, if you look at a catalog and you say, well, gosh, I think I would use like 5 or 6 of these oils right now. Well, then it would benefit you to buy the family physician's kit or the family essentials kit. But if you think you don't need right now, but you just want some lavender and some peppermint, then you just do your $35 and buy your lavender and your peppermint.
It is.
Frankincense does come
Mhm.
with any of the kit, but again,
Yeah.
you decide what's best for you as an individual. And as long as Leroy allows, I'm gonna come and teach classes. I'm always a phone call away. I'm not going away. I'm here to stay and help educate and learn. And we can do different classes, you know, as long as the invitation stands open.
It does.
Oh, and we should tell you about the vitamins.
Yes, I probably should tell you about the vitamins. One of the biggest things for me is, and like Christina was talking about, is the supplements. It's a whole foods vitamin. Do you do these here? It's a whole foods vitamin. It's got your fish oil in it. It's got your minerals in it, and it's got your daily food nutrient. They had a grocery cart and two signs that stand taller than me with all of the things that it would take in these bottles that you need every day. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, you know? But they're whole foods. Your body is gonna take in everything that's in these, just like you were eating an apple or an orange or spinach, which I've learned to love, believe it or not. So it's going to take all of those things into your body, and you're not going to flush it down the toilet.
It's the largest selling product.
Yeah, it's our number
in the
one selling
doTERRA
product.
And how much are the vitamins?
The vitamins wholesale is $79.50, and I take a full dose of them because I'm trying to get my hair to grow, because it's losing as I age. But you can take them. You start out with one a day, and then if you're good with them, then the next week you'd start out with 2 a day.
I take 2 a day. I take
Yeah.
one in the morning, one at night.
And
For
so
somebody that's athletic,
Maybe 3 or
maybe
4 a
3 or
day.
4.
Is that a 30-day supply though?
If you take 2 a day, it's a 60-day supply. And I can tell you, I can tell a difference in my body when I don't take them. I'll get sick quicker. Since I've been using the oils and taking the vitamins, I've had 2 sinus infections, and both times I had quit taking my vitamins for about 2 weeks. I got lazy and didn't want to go in there and take them out every night, you know. But that's the 2 times that I've gotten a sinus infection since I've been using the oils and taking the vitamins.
Now, of course, we're just like Christine. We don't tell you don't go to the doctor.
No.
If you've got strep throat, you need to go to the doctor and get an antibiotic. You need to clear that up, because strep can lay dormant in your body and it can harm your heart and your liver and all those kinds of things. So we're never going to tell you that these will take the place of all medications, because they really won't. But, they will aid in lots of things.
And these oils don't heal your body. These oils aid your body to heal itself.